to share some ideas on how you can overcome procrastination. Yes, that word, procrastination. Have you ever procrastinated before? Or rather, I should ask you, have you never procrastinated before and you always getting things done immediately when you say you're going to do that? If you have, I would really like to hear from you. Please send me an email and share with me what has prevented you from not procrastinating. What have you done to overcome procrastination? Anyway, because I frequently procrastinate, especially on some very difficult projects, I took some time to research on ways to overcome procrastination, and these are the ideas I want to share with you today. I love what Charles Dickens, classical novelist or novelist of classical times, Oliver Twist, he said, procrastination is the thief of time. And truly it is, it steals time away. You find out you want to do work on a particular project that really means a lot to you, but for some reason, it kind of just slips away. And have you noticed that these are really the important activities or projects that you know that is going to take you forward in your business and your personal life? It could be writing that book, or engaging in a creative project, or even doing your wellness checkup. You just keep moving it forward and delaying it. Psychotherapists or leading psychotherapists have said that procrastination occurs due to a discomfort or fear of intentionally taking an action that will move you forward in the direction of your ideas. But first of all, what is procrastination? Procrastination is intentionally putting off something that you know that if you take action on it, it will move you forward. Yeah. So you just keep postponing that activity or group of activities. And so it's really around the discomfort, because when you think about it may be something that you've never done before. For example, maybe writing a book project, something that you know means a lot to you, or getting involved in some charitable cause. But you know that, how am I going to get this? Where am I going to get the resources? And kind of just be thinking of the things that you may never have not done before. And as a result of it, you feel uncomfortable because you know that it's going to push you out of your comfort zone. And typically, most things that you procrastinate on usually push you out of your comfort zone. There are several ways to overcome procrastination. The first is an awareness that it will cause, actually taking action will cause some level of discomfort or fear. And so as a result of that awareness, because first of all, you just say, oh yeah, I'll move it, I'll postpone it, oh, not today, it's always tomorrow. But when you have this awareness that, and how do you get the awareness? You get that by asking yourself questions. Maybe you've postponed this event or this activity several days. So time to take time and say, why am I actually postponing this project? What is the main reason? It may be, oh, you don't have money. Then you may have to ask yourself another question. Why don't I have money? Usually, the reason is going to be either discomfort or fear. And because you have this awareness now, then you can now look at, okay, what are ways to overcome the discomfort or fear that you feel? The second way to overcome it is actually to write the goal down and give yourself a deadline. You say, by the end of the year or the end of the quarter, I must get this done. But then you don't just stop by writing down the goal. Calendarize it, put it on your calendar, such that you know that with reminders, because you can put it in a calendar, particularly if you use a digital calendar, and put it for 6 months away, and then you forget about it. But by putting reminders, say monthly or bi-weekly, it reminds you that, hey, Nika, you need to work on this activity. A third way of overcoming procrastination is to break that goal into smaller pieces. So an example may be you've always had this idea to educate orphans and vulnerable children in your village, and it's like it seems so insurmountable. The first step you could do is to find out which school you want to support and go and even meet the school. Get some information. So you can actually break down this overwhelming goal into very smaller activities. And because you've done that, it will then appear to be more manageable. A third is to visualize the future that you want as a result of implementing or taking action on that activity. So by the time you visualize what it will look like, so in this case, my charitable cause, thinking about how, for example, I've been in a position to sponsor 10 children, for example, in getting their primary education, you feel good. Or maybe completing your creative project, for example, writing a book or doing a movie, you feel good because you're thinking of the impact of that. And that kind of empowers you and energizes you to push against any obstacle that may be along the way. The fifth is to harness fear, because usually it's fear of stepping forward, fear of the unknown, fear of moving out. You're going to be in an uncomfortable place. Fear can be a powerful emotion, and so you can actually use or leverage or harness that fear. And that fear is thinking about, okay, what if I do nothing about this? And thinking of the consequences of not doing that. One may be like, for example, maybe your life ambition of writing, and you think about it, if you don't do this, that means that what is in your brain, what that gift that you have will never be exposed. It will never be seen. And you don't want to always be feeling like that. So if you begin to think of just that, of the fear of not doing anything, and if you do nothing, you get nothing. At least you didn't even try, but at least if you try. And the thing is that once you step forward, opportunities begin to open for you. You're not going to see the full picture, but then by taking a step forward, things somehow begin to orchestrate for that, for you to see the end of that activity. And the last but not the least is to build accountability. This is so important, to get an accountability partner and tell somebody that you trust, somebody that is going to encourage you and support you. It could be an accountability partner, it could be a spouse, a trusted friend, and share this idea with the person so that you hold yourself accountable to ensuring that is done. And after all said and done, what do? You just do it. Nike slogan, you just do it. What are ways, I would like to hear from you, what are ways that you have overcome procrastination in executing a project, maybe a big project? I'd love to hear from you. Any other things that you did I may not have mentioned there. You can post that in the comments below or send me an email. I love receiving emails. My email address is neka, Neka, @nekamobi.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and as you working successfully, endeavor to live a significant life.